too.
Yeah, we did this once already. So if we sound like we're repeating ourselves, we are.
Yeah. I'm Joanne from Magpies Cottage.
I'm Amy.
Back again for our fourth to last time in the
Well, I think we have
store.
four more
Okay.
in the store.
Yeah, and then we'll have to start doing it from our homes.
I don't know where. Well, we're going to do it from my house initially till she gets her craft area all organized.
Yeah.
And then we'll switch over to there. I don't know where we're going to do it from, but we'll come up with something.
We'll have to figure out where the light's the best.
Yeah. It would be
nice
kind of fun to do it in the sunroom. And then, but what we'll have to do is take chairs and put them on the other side so you get the background of the woods.
Oh, okay.
Or you get the background of the wall.
Well, you don't want the light coming in from behind us, though.
Oh, well then we'll have to figure that out.
Because that could make stuff funky. We'll have to see. We'll just have to play with it.
Maybe we do it out on the deck. It could be nice by then.
Yeah, we could do that too.
We'll see.
So
all kinds of things to think about.
Yeah. So when we originally started talking, we were talking about selling a lot of the stuff here.
Yeah.
So we got rid of a bunch of shelves. I pointed out the one over there is gone.
Yep, that's gone.
And some of the smaller shelves are gone. So I'm busy trying to find places for all that yarn. Hopefully we sell most of it soon. And what else did we already talk about that we got to talk about again? I've spent my weekend getting ready for retirement a little more.
Talked about our trips.
Yep, I'm going on my cruise to Alaska, a quilt retreat, Florida trip next February, our knitting retreat. I think I'd like to go to Sun Valley's retreat in November.
Yeah, that sign up comes May, I think.
Okay, well, I think I'd like to go to it this year. So yeah, so I'm gearing up for retirement. Retirement's expensive.
No kidding. Oh gosh, Ron
Yeah.
is just like, he can't make up his mind how long he wants to work.
Yeah.
And one day you talk to him and man, he could be done tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then the next time he says, but then he blames it on me because he's a year older. He could be on Medicare.
Oh, sure.
All right. He turned 65 in January. And I am not 65 until a year from May. And well, I got to work to keep us in insurance so that you can have health insurance. And I just want to say, screw you, buddy. You know?
That's what the marketplace is for. Or
Well-
you could be on Cobra.
Well, I could get his Cobra, but that would be extremely expensive.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. So, what I think I'm going to do is get all the crap done that I need to have done. Like if it's colonoscopy year and all of that crap. So get my vision done. That's in May. Get all the stuff done that needs to be done. And then when I've got everything done and I'm all tested out and whatever for the year, say, okay, I won't have any more medical expenses unless I'm dying of something nasty, which we don't know about right now.
Yeah.
And then we can make arrangements to end his working life. We'll see. I don't know. I mean, he's burned through all his vacation with our Alaska trip on there. So we'll see.
Yeah.
So where are you going in Alaska?
We're on a cruise that goes up from Seattle and then it goes through the Inside Passage. I don't know Alaska, so I have no idea. I've never been there.
Wow.
And I don't know. There are 3 or 4 port stops we're making, but I don't know what any of them are. I don't remember.
Okay.
Like I said, I don't know Alaska, so it didn't mean a lot to me.
You know what? I'm going to bring my Alaska map. I have a really cool map of Alaska that shows where the cruise ports are and whatever. And so if you just know what ports you're going to, I can show you where they are on the map.
Okay.
I know where my ports are on the map. So, and I'm doing a land portion before we fly into Anchorage and then go from Anchorage to Denali and spend 3 days in Denali. then we take a train or a bus, I'm not sure which, from there, or we go back to Anchorage, and then from Anchorage down to Seward, which is where we board the ship. And then we are on the ship and we sail the Inside Passage and then down to Vancouver, British Columbia, and then fly home from there. So it's a different route, I think, than what going from Seattle to Alaska, and then you end back up in Seattle, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So, yep. So, knitting.
She finished her sweater.
I finished my sweater. I'm very happy with it. It is
very nice.
It's the soundtrack by Marie Green. And, I'm already getting wrinkles in it. I just put it on. This has not been blocked yet. I still have to block it and make it a little prettier. But, I mean, I was excited to show you, so I'd show you.
Yeah.
So
it turned out so nice. I love that. I love the color. I love the white with the green. It's very
and this
pretty.
is that Angora. There's Angora in this yarn, so it's a little fuzzier. So it's really, it's pretty. It's Louisa Harding. Cassia is the yarn. And it's a DK. And I followed the pattern exact. I just went down 2 sizes from the last one I made. I think the last, or maybe 3 sizes. Let me see if I circled it anywhere. So, I did size 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I did the 6th size. This is a picture of it. It's called Soundtrack by Marie Green. I guess, is this the first page? No, that's page 4. I don't have the first page.
Well, you never print the first page.
No.
Usually that's just pictures.
So that had the sizes on it. So I don't know what bust size that was. It was just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 out of 9 in the pattern.
Well, that's good news.
Yeah, so that's what I did.
Cool.
I'm very happy. I will block it and then wear it some more. What do you have finished this week?
Cora's sweater
Yay.
is done.
And how was blocking it? Oh, that's beautiful.
Isn't it
She's
beautiful?
getting so big.
I know.
Those buttons look great.
They're cute little flowers on them
Yeah.
that are blue. Okay, so what I did with this sweater, it's called, shoot, total brain fart right here, whatever. But it's just got this lace pattern here that disguises it's not a raglan increase, it's a round yoke increase.
Yeah, so it's just yarn over increases.
Yeah, but it's kind of the way this lace pattern works, they get hidden. And I really like that.
Yeah.
Now, this is fingering weight held double.
Okay.
And it really worked out well. This is a Ella Ray Silky Merino, is it? Or no?
I think it's called lace merino.
Lace merino, that's
but
it.
But it's not lace weight.
It's not lace weight. It's a lighter weight for fingering. I mean, there's 460 yards in 100 grams. So this was interesting because I've held fingering double on sweaters for me. And I love the way this feels, the weight of it. It's not real heavy. It's not, and as a sweater, it doesn't feel heavy.
Right.
But I have a sweater that I knit a couple of years ago, and I did fingering double, but it was an MCN that was 400 yards and 100 grams.
Oh, so it's much thicker.
Much thicker yarn. And that sweater, when you lift it, it feels heavy. Okay, whereas this does not. Now, granted, that's a my size sweater, and this is a Cora size sweater, but still, there's just something about the weight of the fabric.
Yeah.
I love it. So I held the fingering double, and I used about 3.5 skeins. and it worked out okay.
Okay.
I mean, I just wound and wound 4 skeins, and
yeah. And holding it double, you don't have to alternate skeins or anything.
no, you don't. And so
Yeah.
it worked out really nice. Cora loves it. She's
Good.
going to probably wear it tomorrow. I told her she couldn't wear it till after I showed it
Oh,
on the
okay.
podcast.
Yeah.
But she picked out the pattern in that she wanted only 3 buttons.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And she picked out the yarn. I sent her pictures of whatever you had in the shop that Saturday when we were here for the knit-in. I picked out, this is the color she wanted, this turquoise. And she, I sent her 3 different options, and this is the one she picked.
Okay.
And so, there it is, all done.
Oh,
She's going to wear it tomorrow,
yay.
I hope, I think.
Okay.
So, I started this Easter Sunday,
Okay.
and I blocked it Monday. Not bad, I know.
I thought you were working on it at the knit-in. You weren't?
Mm-mm. I bought the yarn that day,
Oh, okay.
that Saturday. And then I
Okay.
wound 2 skeins right away.
Okay.
And then I cast on Easter Sunday.
Okay.
I literally did, I got the sleeve separation. I got 2 sleeve separation by Sunday night.
Okay.
And then I've been working on it. I worked on it Thursday when I was here last week.
Okay.
And and then I just got it blocked. Well, it took 2 days to dry, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm real happy with it.
Good. Good.
Yeah, and she's tried it on. That was the other thing. We tried it on periodically to make sure that it was getting to be the right length and everything. So
Now talk about your blue hands. I know you got blue hands while you were knitting with it.
there was no blue in the water.
That's what my question was.
None.
Okay.
That water was not blue.
Okay. I have some of that yarn set aside to hold double with a variegated, and I want to make sure it won't run into it.
There was
So-
no blue in the water, but
Okay.
my hands were all blue.
Okay.
But the thing is, I'm wondering then if you're going to knit it, and if you got blue on your hands, is that going to rub off on the white?
That's what I'm worried about. Do I have to pre-wash all my yarn? I think I'll make a little swatch and wash it and see what happens with both yarns in there.
Yeah.
That would mean I'd have to wind one though. I don't want to wind it.
Do you want one of my little balls? You want to try it?
Yeah, if you got a little ball.
I got balls
because
left.
I don't want to wind it in case I have to wash it, because you want to wash it when it's still in a hank,
Right.
not in a cake.
I'll bring you a ball tomorrow.
Okay, that'll be great.
No,
That'll
I'll bring
solve
you
my
one.
problem. Then I can make a little swatch, wash it. If it bleeds, then I'll wash the yarn separate.
I have no
first.
use for the leftovers
Okay.
other
sounds
than
good.
somebody's Advent thing.
Okay. Yeah, and I think mine though is because there's 2 of them over there. One's just a touch darker, and I think I have the one that's just a touch darker.
Well,
I'm not positive.
Okay, I want you to notice this. You can't see it on the camera, but you can tell
Oh yeah.
here. But the funny part is, this sleeve you can tell, and this sleeve you can tell. But when you look at it in the big picture, you can't tell.
Yeah.
When I just hold this up, you really can't tell. And when she wears it, you really can't tell.
Okay.
But there is definitely the second 2 skeins I bought, one
darker.
or the other or both were darker. And I
Okay.
got the same dye lots on them and everything. I mean, I checked the labels before I went, because I came out and got another skein, remember? And I checked the dye lots to make sure. And my dye lots were all the same.
Okay.
So your guess is as good as mine.
Okay.
I think that there are some darker ones over there, but I bet you it's all the same yarn and all the same dye lot.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, thank you. That'll
Sure.
help.
I'll bring it along. No
Okay.
worries.
And what are you wearing?
This is called Susanna. I made this, oh boy, a couple of years ago maybe. I love it. It's a cowl. And in the cowl pattern, there's 2 options. You can make these stripes wide or you can make them narrow. They're obviously, if you make them wide, there's less of them. It calls for 1 skein of fingering weight yarn of 400 yard skein, and 2 minis.
Okay. Lots of wrap and turns, it looks like.
It is. It's all wrap and turn. And you know what, though? It didn't take long. as far as knitting it was concerned.
Yeah.
It didn't take long at all, and I enjoyed it, and I would knit it again.
Okay.
My thinking is I might knit it in the other version with the wider stripes.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
With the minis.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah, just to be different. But I will say this is one of my very favorite cowls. I love the way, well, I can show you. This one is seamed, all right? And here's where the seam in the back is. But look how long that is from here to here. This part. And what that does, it bunches up nice in the back of your neck. And I wear cowls because I hate it when my neck's cold.
Okay.
That's my thing. I wear these all the time because I hate my neck being cold. Well, this one takes literally no effort to put on. You just pull this out. I take the back and I just bring the back down a little bit lower. Boom, done. And it's on.
Nice.
And there's just enough fabric back here that it's like wearing that scarf all the time.
Okay. And
So-
Susanna, who did you say it's by?
I think it's Heather Boos, B-O-O-S.
Okay.
It's on Ravelry, but it's
Okay.
Susanna. And
Okay.
it's S-U-Z-A-N-N-A-H.
Okay. Yeah. Nice.
Cool.
So that's all your FOs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the
My-
Star Wars scarf, it's his birthday today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Star Wars. You will see the Star Wars scarf before I give it to him.
Yeah.
We got a podcast before that, no matter what.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm on the third chart, about halfway through the third chart. And then it will, so then that's all I got left. I haven't figured out how I want to bind it off yet. I've got to look at double knitting bind offs. Because there's a whole bunch of double knitting cast-ons. So I'm assuming there's some double knitting bind offs too.
Okay.
So I have to figure out how I want to do that because I want the bind off to match the cast on that I used. And other than that, it's just moving along just fine. So
Okay.
I got the Death Star is so cool. I love the Death Star.
Okay.
So I can't wait. But we have to podcast. Well, 2 weeks from now would be like May 3rd, I think.
Okay.
Something like that. Well, I'm giving it to him on May 4th.
Okay.
May the 4th be with you. Got it. So, yeah, that's what I'm doing. And it's
Okay.
coming out so cool.
Okay. But you didn't bring it today.
No, I didn't.
Okay. I'll show mine. I'm doing the summer canoes. I told you I had started it last time, but I only had this much done. Well, or did I bring it? I restarted it like 3 times.
I was thinking I was going to try to find this pattern.
And I really like it. I did end up going down in needle size. I'm making it with Remax Light. And I seen in Ravelry today, she came out with a fingering weight version.
Oh,
So,
well.
yeah. So make the fingering. I mean, this one on a size 8 needle was way too loose.
Oh, yeah.
But now on the 7, I'm happy. And I had messed it up a little. You know something? One thing I want to say is after you do these first couple purl rows on the smaller size, which is a size 6, she has you start the short rows right away. But then half your stitches are going to be on the bigger size and half on the smaller size.
Oh,
So
yeah.
the second time I did it, it was just a mess. So the second time I did it, I did a whole row of knits all the way around.
I would do
then do the short rows. I would suggest you do that. It's just much easier to mess with all the short rows then. And then the third time I cast on was to go down the needle size. So, but I was very happy after the third time. I didn't swatch. That's why all the restarts.
Oh,
You know, it's you're gonna do one or the other. Either you're gonna swatch or you're gonna do restarts.
I'm going to show you. Oh, I don't. It's in my bag.
So it's got a lot of texture stitches.
I like that.
Right now I'm doing broken rib and I just split for the sleeves.
What weight does it normally call for?
I think it said either sport or DK. And this Remix Light
That's fingering.
is, there's 400 yards in here,
Yeah.
but Barocco has a 3 on the label, like it's a DK.
Oh, I don't buy it.
I think it looks like it's a sport when you just look at it.
Yeah.
And it's kind of bumpy though, so I wouldn't try to knit this with fingering weight gauge.
Okay.
Because of just the bumpiness. There's not wool in here. If there is, it's just a little bit. It's more cotton, linen, all kinds of stuff. Yeah, so I call it a sport. But yeah, it's still got like 400 yards. So it only, when I knit my Casa Pinka No Need to Panic out of Remix Light, I only used 3 and a little bit.
Okay.
And so I don't expect I'll go much over 3 skeins for this one either.
Okay.
There is a lot of grass in here, unless that's just pieces of silk. But I mean, they're coming out grass color.
A lot of vegetable matter?
Yeah.
Huh.
It's supposed to be recycled. Some of these though, like this, these I think are silk. I don't know if they can see it. It's like silk fibers.
But
yeah.
it feels coarse.
Yeah. Well, I think the silk is kind of coarse. But anyway, I'm loving it. I will hope to finish it
Nice.
in the next couple weeks. Yeah.
Well, I am finishing a scarf that I think I showed it in here. I
okay,
think I
go
did.
ahead.
But yeah, I don't mean to cut you off.
No, that's fine. I'm done. Summer
This one.
canoes.
This one. This is the one. It's called Whitley Bay Sea and Sky. Whitley Bay Sun and Sky. Sea and Sky. Whitley Bay something or other.
You know, when you were holding it there in the camera, it did look like waves, like ocean waves.
Yeah, it does. It's ripples.
Yeah.
Anyways, so it's, I think I've got 2 or 3 more repeats to go, and then I have to end off the squared off. When you block this, I'm gonna have to stretch it out a bit because it will be too short for my taste. But, you know, so this is, I love the yarn, the way this is variegating, or the variegation in it. When I finish this, then I'm starting my first summer sweater.
Okay.
I gotta get things off the needles. But getting Mr. Star Wars off the needles will be like,
Yeah.
I mean, I will spend about 2 hours in the morning. Cora, Ron gets Cora off to school, and Ron eventually gets out the door at 8:30 or so. And then I will knit like from 8:30 to 10. And in that hour and a half, I can get done 20 rows for sure. More if they're not as complicated. And then if I have time later in the day, I can work on it. But it's not the kind of project that I want to be working on when there's humans around.
Oh, okay.
Or when I'm trying to watch TV or whatever. I mean, you're literally reading it stitch by stitch on the chart every row.
Yeah.
And it's just like, no. So it's much easier now. Like today, I had a doctor's appointment this morning. I had the guy was coming to install the dog fence, the underground fence for the dog. And so I had all this stuff going on today, so I had literally no knitting time on it. That's okay. I will probably knit on it tomorrow. Definitely. If not, I'll have plenty of time Friday.
Okay.
And, and so what will happen is, with 70 or so rows to go, 90 rows roughly, maybe a little less than 90 to go. So then it's just a couple of days worth of knitting. And then I want to block it, obviously. So that's almost done. But getting that off the needles is really going to oh my gosh. Then I can open up my project list and oh my gosh, I can finally do something else.
Yeah.
I mean, Cora's sweater was nice to do because that was pretty much braidless. Well, once you got past the sleeve separation, then it was pretty much
and it
braidless.
didn't take very long.
No.
And the band was right on it. No adding a button band.
No pickups, no nothing. It was really, I mean, I like the pattern. You know what? I got my app here. I'm going to look that pattern up because I know somebody's going to ask.
Yeah.
And because it is a great, easy, kid sweater. And I love how the round yoke increases were hidden. Pixie Dust by Danny Sunshine. That's what's the name of the pattern.
Okay.
And I found it on Ravelry.
Okay.
So there, Pixie Dust, Danny Sunshine. And this one is a Susan Ashcroft pattern, Whitley Bay. And so getting these things off the needles would be a good thing. Yeah. So that's what I'm working on.
Okay. My dream knitting is after this one's done, I'm going to start a Cumulus tee. Cumulus tee is on size 1.5 and 2.5, so I think that'll take a bit longer.
Are you insane? Who the hell?
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't like. I get bored with them. You know, I mean.
Yeah, because this is pretty. I mean, it's a V-neck, so there's a lot of purling at first, you know, because it's all flat until your V-neck's resolved. And then, yeah, it's just plain round and round. There's nothing
those
to it.
Skinny needles.
Yeah.
No thanks.
It'll be a little boring, but that's okay. I can't knit for very long on one thing. Even when we were knitting in the coffee shop yesterday, I did maybe 10, 12 rows, and I set it down and just talked and didn't keep knitting. I don't know. I don't knit a long time in a row.
Shut up and knit, Joanne.
No, if I do at home, sometimes I just want a Sunday afternoon where I knit. But then I have 3 projects, and I alternate through all 3. I'll just do a little bit on each one and keep going around.
I need to finish things.
No.
I want things off the. Oh, and then I have a pair of socks that I want to have done because they're knit in a yarn that is called Revenge of the Fifth.
Okay.
So that's also a Star Wars theme, and that's what the name of the yarn is. So I'm knitting them, and I want to wear them on the 4th.
Okay.
So, yeah. It's funny. I started knitting them, and they're cuff down, and I'm looking at them. I thought, shoot, Amy, you should have knit them shorty.
Oh yeah.
Because I mean, I've been wearing more shorty socks, and I'm thinking if I would just do shorty socks that are hand knit, I think I would like that.
You probably get one done every 2 days.
Yeah. Yeah, if all you're doing is a foot,
Yeah.
a heel and a
do
foot.
a cuff and a heel and be done for the day, and then the next day do the foot and the toe, and
Yeah.
you'd be all set.
That was just dumb. I should just knit shorty socks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well.
I want to try some folded hem socks, shorty socks.
Well, you know, that's the thing. Playing around with what do I like as far as, you know, the cuff and the heel and how the cuff and the heel play together in the shoe. With a shorty sock, it's a different experience. You know, I mean, you got how they fit and how they feel on your feet and feel on your feet in your shoe matters with shorty socks, maybe even more so than with regular length socks, you know, like a crew length or whatever. So, I don't know.
Yeah, and there's some out there with a little tab on the back.
I have knit the little tab kind. I have found the little tab not all that helpful.
Oh, okay. It's
not
kind
all
of
that
made
helpful.
like a heel? Like a
no,
short row heel?
No, you do the cuff, the ribbed cuff, and then you do some short rows right before you do your heel.
Oh, no, I'm talking about where there's actually a lump in the back. And
Yeah, I have that has a lump. The short rows are just in this little section.
But how would that, I mean, if the ribbing is above that, that doesn't make sense to me.
It forces the ribbing up.
Oh, that's not what I'm thinking of then.
Okay.
Because what I'm thinking of, it looks like a heel sticking up, and that's the top of the back of the sock.
Oh no, I don't know. I've never knit that kind.
Yeah.
To
So I'd
look
like to try that kind too. So
Interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, you figure you can probably get 2 pair out of a 460-yard skein of sock yards then.
Sure.
You know, easily.
Yeah.
I mean, I get 1 pair for sure with a good chunk left.
Yeah.
For my size. So yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I have to do more sock knitting too. But I do have enough now. I have enough socks to make it for 2 weeks in the winter. Well, even more. Because I wear my socks 2 or sometimes even 3 times before I wash them.
Okay.
Because they were wearing out way too fast if I washed them every time.
Okay.
So yeah, now I wear them like 2 to 3 times. And they're wool, so they don't get
get stinky.
Yeah.
No, not wool.
No.
You know, I was thinking, I need to knit myself, and you need to do this too. Knit yourself a wool layer to wear in Alaska.
Oh.
Because wool, I mean, let's face it, you're going to throw it over and it's breathable. So if you would have just like a t-shirt, either long sleeve or short sleeve t-shirt on underneath that, like a base layer, and then you have wool or flannel, a flannel layer, because what happens in Alaska, it starts out chilly in the morning, and as the day wears on, it can be 65, 70.
Yeah.
You know? And so when you think about all these layers, you'll be taking off a layer all day. I want a wool sweater for my Alaska trip. So what I think is going to happen is I'm going to knit my t-shirt because I want to wear that on the trip. And that's wool. But as soon as I get that t-shirt off the needle, I am either going to pull out some Lopi or some other wool, maybe that Patagonia I just bought, or...
Well, why couldn't I just wear this?
Okay.
Okay. I'll take this to Alaska.
Okay, I just need a new wool sweater.
And if you're going to be doing more hiking, I could see you needing more. But where I'll be shopping and on a ship, and yeah, I won't need as much.
Aren't you going to do any excursions?
I don't know what they are. I don't know. I'll see when it gets that time.
You got to get off the darn boat.
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
Well, I know, but when you
going to Ketchikan and Skagway and Juneau.
Yeah, I don't know what there is to do in all those places. What are the excursions?
Well, it's all on your ship website.
Yeah, I'll go look.
Yeah, you gotta. Because for us, we gotta get, because this cruise came up, because I got a free trip in the mail kind of thing. Okay, because it did. This wasn't planned. Other people have been planning. I mean, this is a bucket list trip. And other people have been planning this trip for freaking years, you know? Yeah, and so now I'm coming in at the tail end, and a lot of the good excursions that I might have wanted to do are gone.
Oh,
you might want to go see some whale watching.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's Alaska, for God's sake. Yeah. You might want to get off that ship and go whale watching.
Wouldn't it be easier to watch from the ship, though?
Not necessarily.
Oh.
Sometimes you could, it depends. It depends upon the route the ship is taking. Because sometimes, you can see whales breaching and jumping and doing all their whale things from the ship. Yeah. And that's very cool. Or you take a whale watching excursion and they basically pay attention to where the pods are migrating and they take you to go see them.
Okay.
So
I thought we would just get off and explore the villages at each of these ports.
You could do that.
Yeah.
But, like, there's not much in many of these villages. These villages are real small towns. Juneau, the biggest city that we're visiting on this trip, is smaller than Sheboygan.
Oh, okay.
The population is 30,000 people.
Oh.
Almost half the city of Sheboygan, you know?
Yeah.
So when you think about what's there to go see, one town, Valdez, is one that we're going to. Well, Valdez, we're not going to worry about the town because in Valdez, that's where there was an earthquake which destroyed most of the town. So they moved the town further inland.
Oh, okay.
Because it fell into the ocean. Okay, as part of that earthquake. Okay, and then there, of course, was the Exxon Valdez, which dumped its whole boatload of oil all over the place. And so Valdez, it's all new. So it's like, do I care? It's a new town.
Right,
Not really.
Right.
Skagway definitely has a history. Ketchikan has a history. if you're going in on the Hubbard Glacier. The Hubbard Glacier, you don't have to get off because the ship's going to take you close enough to see it. See, so I've been doing all this research.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I mean, Alaska's, okay, and any excursion you do in Alaska, oh my God, money.
Yeah.
Every one of them is costing us a fortune.
Oh.
So we might have gotten a free cabin. But
that's going to cost you a lot.
The other things are costing a lot of money.
Okay.
But the free cabin didn't include the add-on for the day trip, you know, the 3 days in Denali.
Right.
That and this was Ron's bucket list trip.
Okay.
I mean, this is the trip he has been dreaming about, going to Alaska in summer, doing exactly what we're doing.
Okay.
And I have decided, I don't care what he thinks, but I have decided that since I have known this is his bucket list, I am planning it, and we're going to do all the damn things. Because if he knew how much all of this stuff is costing us,
oh yeah,
he'd say, "Oh no, we don't need to do that. Oh no, we don't need to do that.
Right,
Oh no,
right.
we don't." No, I'm doing it once.
Yeah.
I'm going to Alaska once.
Yeah.
You know, and if I choose to go to Alaska a second time, it's going to be because I flew into either Anchorage or Juneau or Fairbanks, one of those cities. None of them are very big. I rented an RV and I drove around Alaska in the summer in an RV.
Okay.
That would be my bucket list part of it. But to be honest, it's not a big deal on my, it's not high on my bucket list. I have many other things that are much higher.
Okay.
I want to take a cruise through the fjords of Norway.
Oh yeah, that'd be fun.
I want to do that. I want to take a cruise around the islands of Scotland and Ireland. I want to do that. Those would be way higher on my bucket list than camping in Alaska.
Yeah. I'm thinking about one like you did last year where didn't you go Newfoundland?
The New England.
Yeah. That one would be fun. I was going to plan that for next year, but now I'm going to Florida next February.
Well then, you know.
So might be the following year.
That's okay. You know, you just got, you got to plan for these things, you know. And I would like Ron to plan out, but because he can't plan anything right now because he can't make up his mind
On when
when he's going to retire, you know. And one of these days he's going to say, "Well, I got to work, so you have health insurance." Crapola. If he tells me that one more time, I'm going to scream at him because it's not really me.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'd go to the marketplace and I'd spend a boatload of money for crappy insurance.
Yeah.
Because I have a pension, a good pension. Hey, that's what happens when you teach for 30 years, you know? But that pension puts you in a different income bracket. And that income bracket then makes everything go up higher in the marketplace. So I can't get cheap insurance on the marketplace.
Right.
And I don't feel like I want to risk having crappy insurance. There's too many things that can go wrong.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, when you think of all the weird diseases I have in my family, that's too much risk for me. So we'll figure it out.
Yep. So, is that all we got?
I guess.
Our knitting content was short today.
I know, not a lot of knitting, just a lot of blabbering. Oh, well.
Yeah. Well, I've been busy with trying to liquidate the shop, so that's taking up most of my time.
It's been busy. So if there's something you've been having your eye on, you better...
Yeah. Sweater quantities are starting to get limited. I mean, we still have plenty, but it's getting limited on colors and yarns. Fabric's selling like mad. Everything in the place is 30% off. So, yeah, things are going now.
Good.
Yeah. Yep. So, I guess I'll just keep doing this.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Bye-bye, everybody. See ya.